morning citizens from all around the world. I'm Justin from Morning with Justin. Today we are going to engage in a conversation with Mr. Johnson about the conversation about AIDS. Well, we know that AIDS threatens many uses life from all around the world, like kids, ladies, and not to be forgotten, men. And today we have Mr. Johnson. He's a survivor for AIDS for about 25 years, is that correct? Yes. Yeah, Mr. Ng, can you share with us how's your experience on this AIDS?
Okay, sure. First of all, this May will be my 25th anniversary living with HIV. The last 2 years of living with HIV has been the hardest for me, and many do not know this at all. I don't like to show or tell any people when I feel ill or sick, and it is very frustrating for me to know that I am doing everything that I'm supposed to, and then some more, and still feel like I am a baby. The exposure to any virus or bug, and I am sick once again. I am coughing sometimes. It seems that I haven't been able to catch a break as far as getting ill, and I have written a lot about feeling sick, never completely ill for hospitalization, and never 100% healthy for physical.
It's truly a very sad experience for you, Mr. Ng. Can you tell us how you make yourself more happy, more joyful, how you try to be optimistic in your life? Can you share about it?
For those of you that know me, you know I am a hard worker, and when I have energy, I got so happy that I run myself up. I know I have to take it easy, but it seems like I am feeling more weak. And so those days that I am quite okay, want to live, to be the fullest, and live intensely. I'm so grateful to my mother who prays for me daily and motivates me from far away. I don't like to tell her I'm not doing well because it worries her a lot. But in those moments of despair, I finally tell her there's the God to pray to, which God to pray to, and I get in this dark hole at night. It feels like I'm eating every shit elbow, slowing down. I'm very spiritual, and I get these angry feelings and these conversations with God, and I tell Him, please, I know that I brought this on myself, but please, where are you? When are you going to heal me or just take me? It's easier for me to live. Why should I suffer like this sometimes? I know that as always there are people in a million times worse than me, but however I'm blessed, but no one else's pain is less than me. We all have our own sorrows and thoughts that we carry, but my problem is not having this HIV or taking my lessons. My problem is doing everything I can to be healthier, and still getting sick monthly because even though doing all these normal things are time for me. People that have their health just don't know how lucky they are. Yeah. Please listen to me if you are newly diagnosed. Do not wait as I did for 10 years to have no T cells and get sick to start treatment. The sooner the better. And if you do not have HIV, please protect yourself. This HIV is horrible, and it is no joke. When I say no joke, it's really no joke. So most long-term survivors like myself going through this. It's not easy, but HIV is taking the devil with us.
HIV and AIDS, the symptom is truly devastating and sometimes really brings someone down. Can't make people look forward and nothing to look forward to when they are blinded by this HIV and AIDS. But through all those experiences that you said, do you ever try to search for help or ask for any advice from other people?
To be honest, I just wanted to decided to be just a normal human, and I asked for help actually 2 months back from an admin I highly respect in my international support. It's actually a support group in Facebook. Her name was, not mistaken, Master Lam. She's at Duration. She made me realize that all that I'm preaching to others and I'm not doing anything for myself at all. I need a lot of advice, humble advice, support, and need to start listening to my body again. I'm pro-natural and alternative practice, and there are some things I'm lacking, like protein, because I don't really eat things which much protein, and some other things I'm very happy to try. It is not normal for me to be undetectable almost 14 years roughly, which is when I started my medicine. And for my T cells, the percentage are quite low. I have never been above 450, and now it is in the 300s. Mind you, I don't smoke, don't really drink. I eat super healthy, drink fruits that help me, so exercises, and as usual, taking my medicines punctually every day. There are missing links, as my friend Martha told me, and there is I need to ask my body questions and ask it what it needs, and I will do it.
So you say that you listen to your body, what your body lack of. So you just give what the body needs to make sure you have a healthy lifestyle. But sometimes when you feel bad,
Do I feel bad? Sometimes I do also feel bad when I complain about not feeling good at all, because many people that follow me find their hope through me, and I feel like they will get scared if they see me break down or feeling vulnerable. But I have to think of myself. Sometimes I can't be good to help if I am in turmoil myself, and I'm just human, not immortal.
so this down sad part of your life, someone that helped you, or there's somebody that gives support to you, do you feel thankful to them, or do you want to specially name them? Who do you feel thankful for?
Most importantly is my wife, Lisa. I am also very thankful for Lisa. If she weren't there, I couldn't imagine at all. She took care of me, and she has always been there for 24/7. Make sure that I'm okay, make sure that I'm breathing. But at the same time, I feel apart from Lisa, she be my mother, because apart from Lisa, she is mother. But at the same time, I feel Lisa deserves to live a normal life with someone that is healthier. I'm quite grateful that she still chose to stay for me, apart from just running away or finding another guy. I feel guilty, but she says and reminds me all the time that I am worth it, and that she chose to go through this with me. Love her very much. How special is that? It's one in a million.
It's but there is
Yeah, things that
someone care for you.
for those that judge me for loving each other, mean loving me some, think before you speak, because sometimes it's a bit cruel or selective to me.
Because sometimes it's think before what you guys want to say, because what you say is what you feel, but when you're speaking to someone else, when they listen, they will feel hurt, but they don't show it out, just to prevent any misunderstanding or to prevent any sad life. Some people suicide because they are too sad, or just because for one simple word change someone's life. You know that?
I strongly agree with that. This is me and Lisa, this is just pure and unconditional love. It doesn't matter what gender you are.
So, is there any things you want to add on?
Most probably, I'm actually recently decided I'm going to seek for more help, because after living for 25 years, feeling like living for around maybe another 10 or 20 more years, there are a lot of things I haven't completed, and showing that reality of what living with HIV for me, because I can't hide anymore. I will not do that to myself anymore. I will fight to the end.
Is there anything you want to share to the audience? What you want to speak to them? Show to the world if you have motivations?
In a nutshell, I would say I accept that I am vulnerable. I accept that whatever life has for me, I accept that I'm just a human and sometimes I can just get weak, and this doesn't mean that HIV can just defeat me so easily. Doesn't mean that I'm not a fighter for it. I accept that I don't have the control all the time. Apart from that, about rage, I said that it's okay sometimes to feel that I'm angry about it.
Sometimes it's hard to control your anger, right?
Yes. And part of it about HIV, sometimes I don't even know anything about it at all. And I just have to say, lastly, I accept it with an open heart and with all my flaws, as I'm just human and I'm not immortal. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ng, for today's sharing. And
Yeah, one more thing. HIV doesn't spread by shaking hands, so you won't be worried about it.
you have such a sense of humor on that, man. Thank you. So we will catch you next time. Same channel, same time for Morning Interesting. Thank you.
Acquired immune deficiency syndrome was first recognized in North America in the early 1980s. It is caused by a virus known as HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. HIV infection has become a worldwide epidemic. HIV is more common among certain populations at risk, such as people who inject illicit drugs and bisexual and gay men. HIV infections are also increasing among women, Aboriginal people, and African and Caribbean communities. The virus can be found in blood, semen, vaginal fluid, and breast milk of infected people. HIV is also found in saliva, sweat, and tears. Though not high enough amounts to transmit the virus to another person, there are no known cases of anyone catching HIV through sneezing, shaking hands, or from toilet seats or mosquito. It may be transmitted through unprotected heterosexual or homosexual, vaginal, anal, or oral sex. Although the risk of infection is lower with oral sex, it is still important to use protection during oral sex, such as a dental dam, a piece of latex to cover the vagina during oral sex, or condom. HIV can also be passed on through perinatal infection, where mothers who have HIV are at risk of giving the disease to the baby during birth. The risk of perinatal infection is declining with new treatments. Breastfeeding by an infected mother can also transmit HIV. Once HIV enters the bloodstream, it takes over cells vital to the immune response, known as CD4 plus lymphocytes. The virus then inserts its own genes into the cell, turning it into a miniature factory that produces more copies of the virus. Slowly, the amount of virus in the blood goes up and the number of healthy CD4 plus cells goes down. The destruction of CD4 plus cells interferes with the body's ability to fight off infections and other diseases. The infection appears 2 to 12 weeks after exposure. At this point, the virus begins rapidly taking over immune cells in the blood. The symptoms of this phase are flu-like and include diarrhea, fatigue or weakness, fever, headache, joint pain, night sweats, rash, swollen glands, weight loss, yeast infection of the mouth or vagina that last a long time or occur frequently. When the symptoms begin to appear, the person with the HIV is very infectious. The symptoms usually go away within a week to a month, and the person will feel fine again. However, the symptoms may return from time to time. The symptoms of HIV are similar to the symptoms of other diseases. The only way to know for sure whether you are HIV positive is to be tested. After infection with HIV, it can take 3 months for antibodies to the virus to be detectable in the blood. On average, it takes about 22 days to develop antibodies. This is called seroconversion. After seroconversion occurs, the virus can be detected using a blood test. Symptoms go away, the body's immune system tries to control the virus. The immune system can keep the virus at bay for a while, but it can't completely get rid of it. Many people will feel fine for years before their immune system weakens and they develop AIDS. Without treatment, about half of HIV positive people develop AIDS within 10 years of infection. Some people develop AIDS within a year of infection. A few called long-term non-progressor do not develop AIDS until much later. Many factors affect the time frame to develop AIDS, including medication and the person's general health and lifestyle. Anyone can become infected with HIV. Fortunately, it can be prevented. The main ways to prevent HIV infection are using condoms during sex, including vaginal, oral, and anal sex, having fewer sexual partners, not sharing needles or other equipment to take illicit drugs, mutually monogamous relationship. Neither of you is having sex with anyone else, and you are sure neither of you is HIV positive. Make sure to use a condom every time you have sex. In some cases, couples where only one partner is infected may decide to risk infection of the other partner, especially if they are trying to get pregnant. If this is the case, talk to your doctor. Your choice of sexual partner is also important, since condoms do sometimes break or leak. You may know that you practice safe sex and that you haven't used dirty needles, but you must also know that your sexual partners and all the other partners do the same. Sharing needles is very dangerous. It carries a high risk of getting HIV. Transmitted infections such as herpes are more likely to contract HIV during sex, probably because of tiny breaks in their skin or vaginal lining. Keeping free of other STIs will help reduce your risk of HIV infection, but this alone will not protect you from infection. That's why it is important to use condom. If you have HIV and become pregnant, tell your doctor. The risk of infecting an infant during birth has been reduced dramatically through the use of medication and cesarean section when appropriate.